So you want to be a Buccaneer. So you want to suffer until about level 200. Wait, no, that's not what I should say. So you want to punch things and be a Dragon Ball Z reference. Then you've come to the right class. In the beginner tab, we have your typical 3 adventurer skills: movement speed, attack, not really, and healing. And then you can move faster underwater, as well as have extra slots that most other classes don't have. And then at level 200, you get extra attack for everyone in your map. Well, not really in your map, but like everyone on your screen, basically. And yeah, the Link skill gives you all stats, HP, MP, as well as reduces the damage that you take. There is another ability where if you double click the skill, it'll turn all of your strength into dex. Or if you're a Corsair, then all your dex into strength. Either way, you can see the toggle up here. It does exclude some items, and I'm not sure if it changes potential. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. But yeah, that's pretty good. Makes it easier for you to switch to the other class. Moving on to first job, we have Somersault Kick. Now this attack is very slow. I am holding down the attack key right now. It has almost no range. However, that is going to get buffed. I'll probably put it on the screen what the buffs are. They are making 1 to 100 a lot easier. So hopefully, in the near future, we'll have better training in first, second, and third job. But for now, we have to deal with this. It does mob, unlike the other skill I'm going to go over. So not too bad there. Next we have Double Shot, which you do actually have to have a gun for. And you can choose to do this if you want. Yes, I did take off all my items. So with this, you can attack from much farther away, and you attack faster, but you can only hit one enemy at a time. So whether you want to use this skill or the other skill for mobbing is up to you, in first job at least. So next we have Octopunch, or sorry, Octopush, which is your flash jump. You can either put it on your keyboard, or you can just press jump twice. Next we have Dash, which when you use it, you'll have like dust at your feet, I guess to symbolize how fast you're moving. And it makes you resist knockback. Not super knockback, just regular. And then we have passives, crit rate and crit damage, as well as movement speed and jump. Side note, Somersault Kick has this hidden ability where you can avoid certain things, like touch damage. Here, I'll try to do it here. So you can see I didn't take any damage until I landed. However, it's not invincible to certain things like percent HP or newer types of attacks and stuff, which I guess are percent HP. Anyway, moving on, let's go to second jump. So, in second job, you'll get Energy Charge, which when you attack an enemy, you get a little meter. I'll go ahead and attack that real quick. So you can see a meter shows up, and every time I attack an enemy, I gain some energy. So if I keep attacking, you'll see the meter starts filling up. This will be important later. Tornado Uppercut. Oh, and I guess it also increases some other stuff. So, Tornado Uppercut is, to me, your new mobbing skill. It doesn't seem very long-ranged at first, but once you're fully charged, you'll see that it actually does go pretty far. And then the next skill is Corkscrew Blow, which will have you just do 3 lines of punches. Nothing too crazy. Okay, so this is post-recording. I forgot to mention, when you use Spiral, you can then use Corkscrew, the second job skill, in order to teleport back and punch enemies. They are increasing this range, but just thought I'd mention it, that you can just teleport to enemies with it, as well as you can combine it with Octopunch. Although it's not very reliable, but it can be done. Just thought I'd mention it. And then we have Knuckle Booster, which will increase your attack speed. I don't have a knuckle equipped. I am not very prepared for this video. Let me go ahead and put this on. Okay. So yeah, now I can have Booster. So now I can attack a little faster. And you can see still, I'm not charged up, so I'm still using MP for my attacks, as well as my attacks don't have as much range as they could. So I'm going to go ahead and charge down here so you can see the difference. Alright, so it's going that far, and then when I'm charged, it goes basically to the corner. It's like a little bit of distance. And it also becomes blue. Not only that, but it doesn't use any MP. Instead, it uses energy. However, certain attacks are not energy skills, like Corkscrew. But this skill is an energy skill, so it gets enhanced, as well as uses only MP or only energy and not MP. And it goes farther. Alright, so that's those. Advanced Dash. This is actually a new skill, where if you're on the ground, you actually get like a mini dash. If you try to use the first job dash, which is done by pressing left or right twice. Now, there is a hidden technique with this, and I'm going to do that out here actually. So this is the distance of flash jump. And then with this hidden technique, you can go even farther and even faster. However, that's the only use I really found for it. It's not really useful in bosses or anything. It's also very hard to do. It's not very consistent. But what you do is you press right twice or left twice, and then on the second press, you press jump at the same time. So 1, 2, jump. Now, it's more like right and then right plus jump. I'm gonna type it out because why not? Oops. Or left and left plus jump. It's basically at the same time. Sometimes it's consistent, sometimes it's not. You can even flash jump after it. There's another technique I saw someone do, which was hold the opposite direction and do it, and you'll do like a backwards jump, which was kind of cool. Anyway, so that's enough about that. Next we have HP Boost, which will increase your HP and also give you 100% knockback resist. This skill increases your strength and dex. This will heal you for your HP and MP 5% every 5 seconds, which is really good because your skills will start using only energy rather than MP. So you're basically always going to have MP by third job, like your MP is always going to be full. And then Dark Clarity just increases your attack power. Moving on. Alright, so next we have third job. And in third job you get Spiral Assault, as well as Hedgehog Buster. Now, they said that they increased the range of Hedgehog Buster. I don't know. It doesn't seem that increased. I mean, I guess the uncharged version of it is kind of increased. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Ignore this skill. This is a 5th job skill. Also ignore this skill, 5th job skill. Ignore that, that's a hyper. That's a 4th job skill. Alright, I'm just trying to get rid of my energy. I should just skip this whole part until I actually don't have any energy left. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Okay, there. No energy. So, as you can see, the name changes, Energy Burst, when you're not fully charged. And, yeah, let's go over that first, actually. So this skill has a 50% chance to stun enemies, as you can see there. Which is very nice, because it complements a passive that we get, called Stun Mastery. Which, when enemies are stunned, you get a 60% increase to your crit rate. And naturally you have 40% crit rate, so, or at least by third job. Actually by second job you have 40%. But anyway, no, it is third job. Third job you have 40% crit rate. So when attacking a stunned enemy, you basically have 100% crit rate. Naturally. Okay, so your energy charge also gets buffed. You have more energy, you charge faster, and if you're attacking a boss, you charge twice as fast. Spiral Assault moves you and your... Hold on a second, let me put on... I don't have booster because I took my knuckle off, so I'm just going to use Speed Infusion, same thing. So yeah, if you can't one-hit, Spiral might not be the best choice, but it is kind of fun. Anyway, so yeah, now that I'm charged, I can use this again. I mean, I can use it without it, but basically it just increases the speed that it comes out. Or not the... I just edit that whole thing out. Oh my god. So Hedgehog Buster now uses energy instead of MP. As you can see, my MP is not going down. And the range goes up. So instead of being only this first circle, it has extra range. So I usually use this as the main attack. I know a lot of people don't. So the way that I train in third job is I group everything up with Spiral. I know this is a very slow way of training. If you're not one-shotting, it is the preferred way for me. And then I just spam Buster. This is if you're not one-shotting, by the way. If you're one-shotting, just spam Spiral. It's so much easier. Alright. And then we have Static Thumper, which should be renamed Shockwave, because for some reason, when Jets came out, they ruined this skill's name. It used to be called Shockwave, and now it's called Static Thumper. All because of Jet. That's why I hate them. I'm kidding. I'm not. So anyway, it does a lot of damage, only one line, which is getting changed in the future. It's going to do more lines for less damage, which is good. But I still don't like this skill. Alright, moving on. By the way, the main reason I don't like that skill is because if you're on like on an edge, or you're trying to do this attack uphill, it like stops short. Because normally it has like, what, 4 or 5 lines? It can stop short, which kind of sucks, if the map's not flat. Alright, so roll of the dice. When you roll a dice, you of course have a chance of 1 or a 6, or... my god, I am so... You have a chance from 1 through 6. A 1 will give you nothing, although if you do roll a 1, your cooldown is reduced by half. But you roll a 1, you get nothing. You roll a 2, you get defense and magic defense. You roll a 3, you get HP and MP. You roll a 4, you get crit rate. You roll a 5, you get damage. You roll a 6, you get extra EXP. So I'm going to go ahead and roll here. I am going to have 3 die. Just putting that out there because I'm 5th job. But yeah, there. See, I only rolled a 2. Alright. Oh, and you can see that it's not on cooldown anymore. Or it doesn't have a cooldown. That's because of a hyper passive. But I'll go over that later. Precision strikes. So this will increase your crit rate as well as your crit damage. And if you're fighting a boss, your crit rate goes up by another 60%. Or, my goodness, that would be amazing. 20%. So actually, when you're bossing, you only need 80% crit rate. When you're bossing, of course. And then I went over Stun Master you already. But basically, it gives you all of your attacks a 20% chance to stun enemies. But it increases your crit rate by 60% when the enemies are stunned. And this just reduces the damage you take. This has saved me a lot of times. So yeah, very good skill. Moving on to 4th job. So in 4th job, you finally get a bossing skill. It's called Octopunch, and it does 8 lines. Mine's gonna do 9 because I have a hyper put into it. But as you can see, single target, does pretty good damage. It also attacks very fast. Not as fast as Dual Blade, but still pretty fast. That's just me holding it down. And then we have Dragon Strike, which you can only use when your energy is charged. However, it does good damage, a lot of lines, has a cooldown of 10 seconds, but it gives a debuff to enemies, giving you 20% final damage. Only for you, by the way. I know it puts like a debuff on enemies, but the damage is only for you. Actually, I wonder if another buck gets the effect. I never tested it, but anyway. Moving on, Nautilus Strike. So when you use Nautilus Strike, it's basically an AoE. That is very loud, I am so sorry for your ears. And whenever you attack, you have 100% chance, as in basically every time you attack, you get 2 extra hits. This is glitched or something when you use Load of the Deep in 5th job, but it basically just makes it so it's not 100%. Hopefully they fix it eventually, soon. But yeah, Nautilus Strike, when it's on cooldown, will give you 2 extra hits. So when bossing, you want to use Nautilus Strike and then start attacking, so that you get those 2 extra lines of damage. Buck Blast. This is your new mobbing skill. It's a pretty short range laser, it's pretty slow, although they have buffed the speed, which is really nice. And when you're charged, there we go. Whoop, ignore that. That's a 5th job skill. So when you're charged, the laser gets much bigger, much wider. It's very good. I believe it also gets faster? Maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, it's very, very good. And then we have Crossbones, which is a buff, which gives you 30% damage and some passive abilities, or passive effects. Time Leap will reset the cooldown on 1st through 4th job skills. It does not reset hypers, and it does not reset 5th job skills. And it works for the party. So let me see, let me use dice. Alright, I actually like that roll, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I use Time Leap, and as you can see, I can now use dice again. There is a restriction from getting another Time Leap for until the cooldown is over, which is 180 seconds. So you cannot Time Leap again for the next 180 seconds. And then we have Speed Infusion, which gives you and your party members 2 attack speed, which does not go over the soft cap. And then we have Maple Warrior, which gives you and your party members 15% stat. It's pretty nice. Hero's Will. Sorry, I just looked over to make sure I was actually recording because I've been like pausing and... Anyway, Hero's Will gets rid of abnormal status that's on you. This can save you from Seduce, or if you're reversed, you can use it then. And it also prevents you from getting hit by another abnormal status for 3 seconds. So you can use this in like Hard Hilla to avoid her cage, if you know when the cage is coming. Alright, so Double Down. As you can see, it's listing the effects that I have right now. So remember how I said 5 gives damage? 1 5 gives 20% damage. Getting 2 5s, because this skill gives you 2 dice, you have a chance to get 2 5s or 2 of the same number, which will increase the amount that you get by 10%. So you see it says right there, damage increased by 30%. Because I got 2 5s before, it increased it by, instead of being 20%, it's now 30. So there you go, I just got the single 5, which you can see gives me 20. Oh, by the way, there's a 50% chance that the second dice actually appears. Alright, so your last charge, or last aura thing, basically just says that you have more energy, you get it more, gives you 50 attack, you know, it's just more energy. And you charge twice as fast on bosses, more defense as well. Pirate's Revenge has saved me so many times, because it also prevents, it also works on percent HP attacks. So what it is you have a 25% chance to reduce the damage you take by 40%, as well as increase your damage by 25%. So you can see here, if they'll activate it, it'll say counter above my head when it activates. Come on. I should just edit it until I actually get it. 25% chance is not that high. There we go. So you can see the damage was reduced, and I got the buff up here. Alright, and then we have our final skill, which is Typhoon Crush. There is a 40% chance to ignore all enemy defense. Now this isn't actually that useful, because once you're like higher leveled and you have like 90% ignore enemy defense, you don't really need this. But let's say you don't, then yeah, there's a 40% chance that one of your lines will actually be able to break through all of its defense, all the enemy's defense, and just do damage. I actually had a run with... You know what, let me not. This is supposed to be a short video. Basically, I was doing ones on Vellums, and then I just saw like 1,000,000 damage, and I'm like, oh, cool. Alright, so I guess we'll move on to Hypers. I haven't been to this map in a while. Alright, so Hyper Passives. I like to add into Double Down Saving Grace, because remember how I said Double Down has a 50% chance to not activate, as in it doesn't give you the second die? Well, this, when the second die doesn't activate, it has a 40% chance to make it so that the cooldown does not apply to your dice. So I missed the 40% chance there, but let's try again. Happened again, okay. Well, I didn't get good luck, but there's a 40% chance that it'll get rid of the cooldown, like the cooldown won't apply, and then after that, double down will activate at least 4 times after it works. Alright, and then you can also do this. I wouldn't suggest it as a buck, but 7 on dice just increases your ignore enemy defense. And then this skill, or this one, increases the chance of getting a 4, 5, or 6 on your die, which are the best numbers. However, I don't think the percent chance is big enough to warrant putting it in. Now, moving on to this. When you're training to level 200, I would recommend putting in 20% damage to Buck Blast, as well as the line increase. And then your last point can go into number of attacks of Octopunch, or line. However, when you're done using Buck Blast, or, you know, when you're not, like, training with it, and you're going bossing more, I recommend putting all 3 Octopunch, increase the damage, the boss damage, as well as the number of lines, and then putting into Buck Blast to increase the lines for that. So, moving on to hyperactive skills, we have Stimulating Conversation, which you will get at level 140. And what this does is it fully charges your energy. And then while the buff is active, it'll steadily recover your energy. So let me go ahead and use some. And you can see it already went up. Like I'm using energy. And just pay attention over here. You can see it's charging back up. As long as that buff is there. It also increases your boss damage passively, so that's cool. Oh, and when you use it, you get 20% damage. Totally forgot that. Alright. And then we have Power Unity, which you just saw me use. When you use it, it has some pretty decent range for the buck skills you've been using so far. It also gives you a buff, which increases your crit damage by 10% for each use. It can stack up to 4 times. So right now I have 20% crit damage. And then I have one more. And also it uses a lot of energy. You can only use it when you're fully charged, by the way. The cooldown is 10 seconds, I think? Pretty sure it's 10 seconds, yeah. And now I'm at full stacks. So even if I use it now, it won't go to 5, it'll stay at 4, so 40% crit damage. Very nice. And you get this at level 160. And then at level 190, you get the generic adventurer whatever skill. Increases you and your party, as long as they're explorers, damage by 10%. Now let's go over hyper stats. Me personally, I do the same for pretty much every class except for like specific ones that want to add into this. But what I do is I do damage, then I do crit rate if needed, and then I do crit damage, boss damage, ignore enemy defense, and then I guess attack. Either attack or EXP depending on what I want. Once your 5th job, you can do Arcane Force. But yeah, do not add into main stat. Well, I did because I'm higher level. Whatever. I don't have to explain myself. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, don't add into these. You can add into HP if you're a Demon Avenger, though. This isn't a Demon Avenger video. So yeah, that's the hyper stats. I never went over the Legion effect, actually, for Buccaneer. Buccaneer gives strength as the Legion effect. So I think that's it. It's time to go to 5th job, right? I mean, I didn't actually show any training here, but you get the idea. It's the same thing. It's the same. Ah, yes. You finally made it. You're level 200. Yeah, level 200. And your 5th job. Congratulations. So now you have Lord of the Deep, which is a skill that everybody makes a buck for. Well, I mean, I guess more recently, I guess they do it for the new skill, Howling Fist. But Lord of the Deep is the first skill you're basically gonna want to max, because it helps training, it helps bossing, it's just all around a great skill. So to explain what it does, I mean, I'm already using it. It is a toggle skill, which means that you can turn it on and off whenever, doesn't have a duration. Although I guess it kind of technically does, because it lasts as long as you have energy in here. You don't have to be fully charged, you just have to have energy. It does 3 lines of damage pretty fast, makes training very easy as long as you're one-shotting. Even if you're not one-shotting, it's still very, very useful. So yeah, that's that. It uses up energy, whether you're attacking enemies or you're not. It uses less energy when you're bossing, I believe. And what else can I say? I guess at the end of the video I'll explain like how I maintain it when I'm training. But yeah, there you can see I don't have any energy anymore. But once I attack an enemy once, I can bring it back out. However, not for very long unless I keep attacking. Next we have Meltdown, which will instantly charge all of your energy and turn you into pretty much a Super Saiyan. Copyright. But yeah, you get fully charged. You can teleport left, you can teleport right, you can teleport up, you can teleport down. And yeah, you finally get vertical mobility. Finally. Because until now, you had nothing that can boost you upwards. Not only that, but you can see there's a 3 next to it. That counts for each of your orbs. And by orbs, I mean this. So I don't know if you noticed it, but when I use the orb, it shows like a quick extra version of this, but like over here, and it like drains down pretty fast, or it goes away pretty fast. That is an iframe. So you have 1 second of an iframe for each orb that you have. In total, of course, that's 3 seconds, but if you spam the skill, like you spam all 3 of your orbs, it cancels the previous iframe, so instead of getting the full 3 seconds that you could have had, you only get like 2 seconds of an iframe, or 1.5 seconds, depending on how fast you use it. So, depending on what you're using it for, whether it's burst or an iframe, you may want to space it out, or just use them all at once. The higher level the skill, the longer the duration, which again I'll explain later, because that really helps out when you want to maintain Lord of the Deep. And it also boosts your final damage by 26% at level 30, by the way. Oh, and I should also explain the orbs have extra crit rate and ignore enemy defense. Moving on to Serpent Vortex, another skill that Bucks desperately needed. It's more vertical mobility. Or I guess mobility in general. Because you can go down with it, you can go left, right, up, down. It's very nice. However, you only get 6 charges, but you gain 1 charge for every 10 seconds. And then the new skill that everybody's hyped for. Oh man, Howling Fist is great. It's so good. Although you do have to have energy to be able to use it. I've had times where I was trying to use it to avoid something or to burst, and I didn't have enough energy to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the skill. It is not a hold down skill, you just press it. And then it does damage. While the mouth is opened, you can be hit, you can be killed, whatever, destroyed. But once the mouth closes, then you're invincible for 3 seconds. It does a lot of damage, by the way. Cooldown is 90 seconds. Oh, by the way, Meltdown's cooldown is 180 seconds. And yeah. So I guess I should also explain some of the pirate common skills. So Loaded Dice gives you 3 die. And the first die, you can choose whatever number you want. So let's say I'm training, I can choose 6. The die that's on top will always be a 6 now. However, the other 2 will still act randomly. So I just got a 6 and a 1, but the double down did not activate, that's why you saw no dice there. But because double down didn't activate, I now have no cooldown on my dice, so I'm going to go ahead and roll again. And now double down did activate. I got 2 4s, which means I get extra crit rate. And then passively it gives you, I think, like attack or something. Yeah, attack, whatever. Overdrive will take 80% of your weapon's base attack power during its 30-second duration, which is a huge boost in damage. Well, depending on your weapon, especially if you're using Arcane. And then once the duration is over, you'll see that this skill turns gray, and it gives you a debuff, actually, reducing your attack power by 15% of your weapon's base attack power. So it's not really that bad of a decrease, but yeah, very good for burst. Very, very good for burst. Alright, so next I guess I'll talk about what boost nodes you should get. Oh, wait, no, I didn't go over flag. Oh my goodness. So flag puts down a giant flag. And at level 30, it increases you and your party's all stats by 25%. And then it also reduces enemies' defense by 25% if they're within the flag. Also, this whole animation here, you get the you get the effect. So you don't have to be like down here or anything. You can be anywhere in this area, and you'll get the effect. Oh, and by the way, it lasts for 30 seconds, and the cooldown's 30 seconds. I think that's at max, though. I don't think that's the case if it's not maxed. Yeah, there we go. So the cooldown's 35 seconds instead of 30. So yeah, the more you max it, the better the cooldown. Alright, so moving on to boost nodes. For your bossing, like your main trio, it's going to be Octopunch, Dragon Strike, and Nautilus Strike. You may be saying, like, why Nautilus Strike? Well, it actually boosts the extra 2 lines that you get from Nautilus Strike, so it's very good to have. And then for training, or just extra skills, I use Power Unity, Buck Blast, and Spiral Assault. Power Unity because you're going to be using it to get the crit damage bonus. Might as well get extra damage while you're doing that. Buck Blast, I mean, it's your mobbing skill, so of course you want to boost that. And then Spiral Assault. Oh, I never explained Spiral Assault. Oh my goodness. So when you're using Spiral Assault, you can actually cancel out of animations. So let me go ahead and show you one. So like if I'm doing Flag, it has a very long animation, but I can actually spiral out of it. So yeah, but once you cancel an animation, it goes on cooldown for 4 seconds. Totally forgot to explain that. Oh my god. Oh. Well, anyway. So because of that, I did Spiral because there was no other skill that I would really want to boost. And I use it often enough for either mobility or just getting out of a dangerous situation when I'm bossing that I figure might as well get its damage up. And that's it for boost nodes. The order I would level 5th job skills would be Lord of the Deep, Meltdown, HS, decent HS if you have it. If not, if we're just sticking to these skills, I would say like maybe Howling Fist. And Overdrive maybe, depending on your weapon. I don't know. But let me see, is there anything else I need to go over? Oh, I forgot to mention 2 very useful special nodes. This one is useful for bossing in general. At least I think this is the one. Yeah, I think it's this one. And then one that's useful for training, like maintaining Lord of the Deep and stuff. Let me see which one it was. I believe it's this one. So, let me see. Reduces remaining cooldown of all skills 20%. So every time you get one of those like little combo orbs when you're training, you can reduce the cooldown of your skills. Which means you can have stimulating conversation up more often. Just wanted to put that out there, because I totally forgot about it because I don't use it, but I heard that it was very good. And definitely let me know if these were the wrong nodes. Relentless Attack, as well as Fatal Strike 1. So yeah, I heard those were very good, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Let me edit this all out. So I think that actually is it. If I did miss anything though, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm trying to make these videos a little bit quicker, so if you want me to go back to like the slower way to have like an hour-long video basically, where I explain literally everything, yeah, feel free to tell me. But I guess just to extend the video a little bit more, the video is basically over. But it's gonna show you what it's like when I train. Oh wait! This is the end of the video, so I have to actually show you something. Which is maintaining Lord of the Deep. It's not a very good map to do it in, but whatever. So the way I do it is I use Meltdown first. Ignore that, that's part of the event. So as you can see, my energy is nice and full, so I can use Lord of the Deep all willy-nilly. But once my energy is up... By the way, this works best if you're one-hitting the enemies. If you're not one-hitting, you might have to still use Buck Blast while you're training. Oh, and also when you're attacking an elite monster, you get double the energy gain. Of course, I was already fully charged, so I didn't get anything extra, but yeah. So I'm just trying to run out of energy real quick. There we go. So now I'm out of energy, so I can't use Lord of the Deep, right? Well, then I just throw some energy orbs. And I can summon Lord of the Deep again. I'm almost at full energy, and now I'm probably at full energy. And then once this energy runs out, I use Stimulating Conversation to recharge my energy. And then I wait for the Stimulating Conversation buff to go away. And then by the time the buff is gone, I can just use Meltdown again and recycle. Recycle? No, cycle. I don't know. I can just keep the cycle going that way. And then I guess I'll show you the dash in action. So double tap left or right, and then press dash, or then press jump. I am terrible at doing it right now. Okay, whatever. And, yeah, I guess that is it. You want to see some bossing or something? I guess I can show you some bossing. Oh yeah, so, energy ran out, so use, Stimulating Conversation. Remember how I said the video was over? It is over. Unless I actually remember something. But, yeah, it's basically over. Oh, you know what? Oh, I should have told people to... What do you call it? Go to my Twitch and check out my stream. Nah, I already told them the video's over. Well, you know what? I have a Discord, I have a Twitch channel, I have a Twitter, all that good stuff. To get into the Discord, you just have to go to my stream and type !Discord. And then Twitter is just my name, Keo1'sCute. By the way, you know what? As an added bonus, you guys want to see me? I mean, I've shown myself in videos before, but some people still come to my stream and they're like, oh, so this is the face behind the videos. And I'm just like, I mean, I have like videos of my face, but yeah. Alright, so this is a prize for you guys that stayed. So here you go. Let me see. There you go. Here I am. Hi. I wonder if I should start using my webcam for videos. I feel like it's not like... I don't really do much. I just talk to my camera. Or mic? I don't know. But yeah, let me go and kill this wolf real quick while Stimulating is running out. Go ahead and use all my buffs. That's so much damage. Oh, it's so nice. I'm literally just like in my streaming mode right now. This is... Woo! I mean, I always say my stream is basically like my YouTube. It's just me doing maple things. Except explaining what I'm doing, I guess. Alright, so energy's about to run out. And as you can see, Stimulating Conversation's cooldown, it says like a 1 that's like, you know, over a minute but under 2 minutes. So by the time my energy runs out from this, I can then use the orbs, and then once the orbs energy run out, I can then go back into Stimulating. So I'm just doing like one full cycle, just to show you guys my usual management of it. I forgot my camera was on. Oh well. It's not like I'm like, I don't know, some people say I'm animated. But I guess when I'm recording I'm not that animated, maybe? Sort of? I don't know. Alright, so let me go ahead and try to run out of energy a little bit faster here. Just use all of my energy skills. Because normally by this time I'd be out of energy. So what I do is I wait for the spawn, use my orbs, And then by the time Meltdown runs out, I'll be able to use Stimulating Conversation again. So you can see now I have no orbs, Meltdown's about to run out, energy is draining, but it'll still be a while. Like, I can still use Stimulating to... What am I trying to say? I get so distracted. So yeah, I can use Stimulating by the time I run out of energy. Or even before I run out of energy, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste energy. What else? So yeah, now you can see I can use Stimulating. And that's the cycle. By the time this energy runs out, I can use Meltdown, and so on. However, like I said, if you're not one-shotting, that'll be a little bit more difficult, so you'll have to do something else. Which, I guess I'll show that here as well. So you can see I'm running out of energy, because I took off the Stimulating Conversation bonus thing. So let me run out of energy on purpose. This skill uses a lot of energy, so it's good to use. Or to waste your energy, I mean. Same with Power Unity, uses up a lot of energy. If you ever just want to get rid of energy, I don't know why you would want to, but... unless you're making a video or showing off. Alright, so now I'm out of energy. So, now you can see I have nothing. I have no Stimulating Conversation, no Meltdown. What I do is I hit enemies once, and then I just use Spiral. Either Spiral or Vortex, in order to keep gaining energy to keep Lord of the Deep up. You will run out of energy though, and if you're impatient, like there I just ran out of energy, so Lord of the Deep went away. If you're impatient, just use some skills to charge some energy. You don't have to do it this way. You can use like Buck Blast if you want. And then just use Lord of the Deep until one of these two skills is off cooldown. So that's another way to do it. Anyway, yeah, should I show bossing? It's been 41 minutes already. Although I'll probably edit it down and make it... I mean, it's actually been 2 hours, but I'm not going to tell you guys. I just told you guys that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it is... I'm going to edit this video down, try to make it less than, I don't know. I'm going to try to make it not so long. I can probably edit a lot of this ending part out. Maybe I'll keep it. I'll probably keep it in. Let me see, what boss can I do? You know what, let me show you guys a boss that isn't shown too often. Even though I'm very bad at this boss. I'm still learning this boss, so please laugh if you can. No, don't laugh, please. I'm very fragile. So, yeah, I guess I'll show you some bossing here. Again, I'm still not used to this boss, I'm still learning it. Let's do practice mode. What? Oh, not in a party. I could just edit all this out. So yeah, what I do, I start out with Lord of the Deep if I can. Use Nautilus, which I already did. Let me go ahead and hit him with a... Ow. Ow. I said, hit him with... Oh my god. Oh my... I'm dead. Okay, so, as I was saying, do this, do that, hit him with a bit of this, press the wrong button. Oh, by the way, you can cancel out of the second hit of that. Ow! Right, I'm supposed to be explaining what I'm doing. Lord of the Deep, Dragon Strike, Power Unity if you're not at 4 stacks. Oh, by the way, they're gonna make it so that you can see how many stacks you have in the hotkey down here, rather than having you look for your buff up here, which I think is a great... Like, they should have done that a long time ago. And yeah, that's basically it. Ow. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as a burst rather than iframe, because I don't really need iframes here. I'm going to say that now, but I'm going to die. So that attack is a one-shot. But this isn't a toss this boss on this boss. I don't know why I explained that. Okay. I mean, I barely understand this boss. There is a YouTube video that, or YouTube channel that explains these bosses that I haven't gone over yet. So maybe I'll check out his videos again. Find out more about this boss. But yeah, I mean that's it. I'm done. I'm done. Or else this video is gonna go on forever because I can just keep going. So goodbye, Nautilus Strike, and yeah. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna leave this map so I can give you a proper goodbye. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. This music is way too... Hold on a second. Much better. Okay. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely feel free to subscribe. I'm so bad at doing this. What was it? Subscribe, like, comment. I'm so bad at that. Okay. But yeah, definitely check out my Twitch. I try to stream every day. I didn't stream yesterday because I was trying to make this video, but I kept failing because I kept like having to restart and stuff, or I wasn't recording when I thought I was recording. Anyway. But yeah, definitely check out my stream on Twitch. I won't be streaming. Well, I might be streaming after this video goes up. Depends on when I upload it. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I'm back. I'm gonna try to get more videos out for every... My goodness. Just had to burp. I'm gonna cut that out. I might not. But yeah. Forgot what I was saying. Thanks for watching. Oh my goodness.